So I have a bit of board, and then I put no more nails and a bit of PVA, stuck a bit of polystyrene to the bottom, then stuck another bit on top of that, and then put the church in the walls. Yeah, give the church a base coat. Now the idea for this is I want to sort of wee graveyard and stuff, so I'm going to do an enclosed graveyard here. Now where this wall gap is, I'm going to cut the overlaps off, put a gate, a metal gate, and then I'm going to put headstones, a few of them. The other side, just going to leave it the way it is, bring a path up here, in and round and in. Now all this will be blended in. So that'll be the grass up here, and then it'll blend in and run down to here. Just thought, because there's no windows and stuff in the back, I'll not really bother. You know, I could just do, because there's no windows in them, do that just right up near the edge, and then put all the detail around here. Now the thing is, it's a 0.0 scale, which is railway. You put a tank beside that, it's going to be up to here. It's going to be big. But as an abbey, as a church, as a main focus for a game, definitely, it's worth it. Now the only thing is, while I was making this, I always tend to leave one of the roofs off so I can get people inside, because I don't like dumping them around it and saying they're in the building. I like to put them in the building. Well, this time I just glued everything down because things weren't exactly factory fitting. This roof was bubbled, so I had to glue it, and as you've seen from the pictures earlier, it was all taped up to keep it straight. Now this is a roof I could have kept off, but I had problems with it also. When I was fitting it together, things didn't fit properly. I had to do a bit of cutting. So what I might do, once I get this all built up, I might break this off, because I can get the whatever's needed into there and hidden in there. I'll just see as I go along, but so far this is it. Now what I tend to do for the next part is build up the layers using the silicone around. Got them wee walls for £6-7 online, eBay. Pretty handy. So yeah, PVA mixed in with silicone and spread it all over. Make this come up like a ramp. Put in the walkway here into the church. Now I'm thinking, actually, what I could do is I could build up another layer which has the shape of this, so I can take it off, put it down. I just have that area inside as the part where you're going to put your troops. Instead of me having to break roofs off that I've already glued. Mind you, everything's coming off because I never glued it to this wall. Yeah, we'll see how we go along. Okay, this is where we've got to with the church. You can still see it's beveled at the bottom. Never had that before, you know, when I was doing. Well, I did have it when I was, you know, putting too much PVA and stuff on it. But this bevel is because of 2 layers of polystyrene. Got 1 layer and another layer on top, and then another layer on top for the church. And it's pulled up here. The walls, yeah, pretty much stuck now. They're not coming off the way they used to. It was this side here. See this grass? This is actually covering the gulk that's coming through. Nothing's sticking to it. I'll not use that gulk in the future. I'll just stick with no more nails. It's a bit costly, you know, but at least you're not having to double back on yourself to fix your work. So put a wee bit of flock down. Don't usually use flock. I mean, I'm not trying to get realism. That's why I just make sure it's green or whatever, you know. I'm working on the church at the moment. Paint it grey. Yeah, the brown was a bit ridiculous, so painting it up grey. Now this bit here I might do like, yeah, I'll just leave it brown actually, come to think of it. And then I'll do the steps grey on the way down and out. I think I'll put a few greys in here. But then you lose out a place to put your models. Also makes that 0-0 scale a bit bigger looking when you put it on the board. We'll have it on the road to carpet kit. And it's going to be taken over from this church here, which is a cardboard church. I mean it fits the purposes anyway, you know. Still, the roof comes off to get the men in. But I've always wanted a more non-cardboard looking house. And I'm also building up, it sort of accidentally happened, I must point out. I better make sure that brush doesn't harden. I have a terrible habit of leaving my brushes and then they end up hardening. A second. So yeah, I'm working on the rest of the forces for the road to carpet kit. There's also the third force scenario in the Normandy book. Which has 2 other scenarios. Ew. Hell's all that paint coming from? Yeah, so I didn't realize that I had ordered from Ravensthorpe Managers tanks. I sort of forgot about them because they hadn't came, you know, for a month or 2. Actually, it's probably nearly 2 months. But when they did come, I'd already bought 3 Mark IVs. which I'm currently painting up at the minute. Now these are the Mark IV Ds, us Ds. And they're pretty good models from Ravenford. Some good details on them. What I don't like is I find that the turret's a wee bit flat lower down, so I am going to pop them up on a coin. I'm going to put a washer under there so they're sitting up a bit. I just like that, you know, give them a bit of a razor. So they'll be for the Road to Carpet Cat. I don't know, I think it's Panthers in scenario 3 and 4. I suppose, hang on, I'll just get the book. Just noticed there's a head off one of the Canadians. So this booklet here, Canadians in Normandy. Done that one. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that one. First time I've ever done a beach assault solo. Played it with a friend too, and pretty good. The waves coming onto the beach. Now this is the one I'm doing next, so it's the push on Carpet Quet airfield. Now the Abbey is that Abbey Ardennes, so that's going to be this church. The forces we needed M10. I'm using priests at the minute, but I am building up some now again, these are Ravenford miniatures. The gun barrel came broke, but that's no big deal. I'm just going to add a bit onto the end of the. It's just this bit that's come off. I'm just going to add my own one. Now I used. They do give you miniatures, or one of the turrets has men built into it, which is this one. If you can see there, it's the body and the head. So you put the head on, that's the head of one of the men. But that body never printed out completely properly. So I cut down and into the body and removed it and put one of my M3 Stuart guys on the turret, and I'm going to put another guy over the other side for here. Now they'll be these M10 tank destroyers. And again, they're Ravenford cottages miniatures. Yeah, for the Germans, I wasn't worried about the Germans, the Panzer IVs, because they're 7, as you see. That's a lot of Panzer IVs. So I ordered a box of, I believe these are PSC, Plastic Soldier Company. Yeah, there they are. Now the good thing about these, you can do them in late war or early war, or in the middle. I opted for 40 onwards, so I didn't put on their extra armor and stuff like on these Panzer Force. So they must be a Panzer Force C or D. Let me just check. No, D is them. So the D has the armour, and the C right, so D has all the armour, C has the turret armour, and B doesn't. So they're going to be Panzer IV Ost F2 SS Panzer 1942 onwards. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave them like that. Yeah, obviously I have to paint up these turrets and stuff. I do them individually. Probably save more time if I didn't, but this is hard meditate when I'm doing this. This is my meditation. Now I've done the 4 bases. As you see, they're just cards that I find in everyday life. And they're going to be for the Panzers. Going to put a few things add on to them. Fuel tanks and stuff that I've left over. So we'll have 5 Panzer IVs. That'll be handy. I can use just, I actually have 2 Panzer, of a Panzer III and a Panzer II, so that'll make up the 7 actually. The thing is with these, I think these are 172nd, no 176. So wee tad smaller, especially the Mark II. So that's going to do me 7 Mark IVs Panzers for scenario 3, and for scenario 4 I need 7 Panthers. I'm not going to have 7 Panthers. I think of 4 Panthers. So we'll just throw in 2 Stugs. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not even trying to meet the requirements of the Road to Carpet Kit scenario, because I always use stand-ins. I mean, I'm not going to fret if I don't have that particular model. I just basically use other stand-ins. But I need a Panzer Force. I only had these 2. Panzer III, Panzer II, so a couple of Panzer IVs just adds to it. Then I needed the tank busters, the A10, the Achilles. That's why I got them. So the rest I'm just going to put together from all the models I have.